Welcome. Thank you for stopping by and choosing to listen to this message for today. My name is Kimberly, and this is from Loved Ones Tarot. And I want you to go ahead and look at these two cards before you. You have the Chariot in reverse and the Devil as well in reverse. These two cards represent the energy that may exist within your heart, mind, body, and spirit for the month of January 2025, as well as for the first week of February 2025. Now, when I look at these two cards, I do see this energy as you head into the new year of wanting to clear your conscience, of wanting to be honest, of wanting to have accountability for your past behavior, your past actions. But also there is this unwillingness of you just don't want to. And it's almost as if you're avoiding it or you're delaying it. But you just can't get yourself to having that clearing of your conscience. You just don't want to. And do you even see yourself as, you may not even see yourself fully 100. You may not fully see yourself as needing to take accountability or be honest. You may be quite comfortable with how things went or how things are. And even if you're not comfortable, you still are not making the progress that you need to make. And if you connect it with this energy, then this reading is for you. So please keep watching. If you're still not quite sure, please keep watching so that I can help clarify things for you. Now, within your emotional state, what are you feeling in January and the first week of February? You have the Moon in reverse, the Ten of Swords, and the Temperance in reverse. So there is a lack of wanting to self-reflect, of wanting to find that balance within your passion. There could be excessive behaviors and negative patterns of behaviors. So you could be indulging in your vices. You could be indulging in certain behaviors that need to be moderated in January. And I do see within you there is this layer of pain, of trauma, and you're not wanting to face it right now in January. So some of y'all have buried that pain and you have allowed yourself to indulge in these negative patterns of behaviors in order to make yourself feel better. But it is a superficial type of healing that is going on in January. In your mental state, you have the Two of Pentacles, the King of Swords, and they're both in reverse, and you have the Seven of Pentacles. So what are you thinking about? It looks like you are overwhelmed mentally with a lot of tasks, a lot of obligations, a lot of responsibilities. So you rather not think about them. And whether that is valid or not, whether that's fair or not, that is how your mind is in January. You are refusing to think about what you have to do. And because it's almost as if you feel like you've done enough, you've worked hard enough, therefore you are allowed to not think about the next steps for your future. And you could see this with the King of Swords. Now the King of Swords represents a very clear mind. And he has a clear mind because he has a set of routine, of discipline, of policies that he follows. He's capable of being objective and fair. He can see the truth of a matter. and he does not let emotion cloud him. For you, it's in reverse. So you're not capable of setting or establishing clear guidelines. So you're waiting for other people to do their part, or for them to come to you to make things happen. I do see an unwillingness for some of y'all to communicate with other people in a way that is necessary for both of y'all to be on the same page and having a mutual understanding. In your intentions, what you want people to see and believe about you, you have the Queen of Cups, the Magician, and the Six of Cups. You want other people to see and believe that you are capable of showing up with 100% passion and dedication and love to manifest a beautiful, harmonious environment. And for some of y'all, this has to do with your household or your family. You want them to believe that you can create a safe and secure environment for your loved ones. And for others, it's just you want people to see and believe that you're capable of moving past any past mistakes that you may have committed. And you're able to move forward and do different and be different for the better. Now, what people can actually see from you. So this is what people can actually see from you. All right. In real life, you have the Three of Swords, the King of Pentacles, and the Strength. You being who you are in the role that you are in. So if we were to imagine you are the King of Pentacles, you may be someone that is the provider of a family, of a household. You may be someone in a position of power. In this role that you are in, you are still not free from your past. And people can see you are losing your control over your emotions. So have you been emotionally unstable? There's this up and down to you, to your energy. And for some of you, it shows as excessive anger issues. It shows up as low confidence, low energy. So you want them to believe, and you want them to see and believe that that's not the case, but they do see it. And in the situation that needs to be addressed according to your loved ones on the other side, you have the King of Pentacles, the High Priestess, and the Three of Swords, and they're all in reverse. And this just correlates with what people can actually see from you. You see that you have the Three of Swords and the King of Pentacles, and what people notice. And that is the situation. So even if you're relatively successful at what you're doing, so you're still doing what you're supposed to be doing, right? But people can see that you're hurting, you have low energy, your emotions are unstable. And there's a need for you to fix that, because in January, you're not going to be relatively successful. As a matter of fact, what you do, whatever your role or responsibilities are, now they are suffering. So you're not being successful as the King of Pentacles. Your priorities are not what they should be. You're focused on the wrong things. You're not being an adequate provider financially, emotionally, within your relationships. You're not making the best financial decisions. Okay, you're not acting in a mature, responsible way. In January, you're not trusting your intuition. You're not thinking with your you're not thinking with your heart or your mind. Some of you may just be on autopilot. So now there's a need to actually dig deeper and look at yourself and look at what needs to be worked on internally. That is the situation in January. And for the energy that you need more of going into this particular situation and for the month of January, you have the Four of Wands and the Fool, and they're both in reverse. Your loved ones on the other side want you to have a little less celebration, a little less partying, a little less trying to maintain this level of joy and happiness and peace within your household or within your relationships. You're going to have to get a little more real and honest about how things were and what happened in the past and how things are now and how you really feel. It's almost as if your loved ones are saying, stop trying to fool people into believing that everything is okay when it's not. So that is the energy that you need more of, which is just embracing the fact that everything is not okay. And you can't make people believe that everything is okay, because it's not the case for January. Now, the energy that you need less of, you have the Seven of Cups and the Ten of Cups. Yet again, your loved ones on the other side are saying you have to stop fantasizing about what could be, should be. Your loved ones on the other side are saying it's time to get real. Stop having these fantasies about what could have been, should have been, and what a happy home or happy family should look like. And you're going to have to face reality of the situation, and it's not looking so great for you and your family. And it's now time to start addressing that. So that is the energy that you need less of, less fantasy, more reality. And for the most likely outcome in the near future for this particular situation, you have the Hermit, the Six of Wands in reverse, and the Seven of Cups also in reverse. It looks like you will gain some sort of wisdom, all right, some sort of mental clarity that allows you to accept losing this sort of fantasy that you've held on to about what happiness and satisfaction looks like to you. You will lose that. You will lose that expectation. And even if it comes at a loss for you physically, emotionally, spiritually, you do gain some wisdom that is needed for self-transformation. All right. And it looks like this will occur in the first week of February. You see the Six of Wands in reverse. Six of Wands in reverse. So the first week of February, this is most likely to occur. But it's not set in stone. Again, you have the power to change that. So for your words of advice from your loved ones on the other side, if you need a little more clarity from them on your situation and on your month of January, you have advice number 1, 2, and 3. You may relate to all, maybe 1 or 2, all or none, and that's okay, but I do hope you relate to at least one of them. Advice number 1, you have the Page of Cups in reverse, the Death card, and the Five of Pentacles. Your loved ones on the other side want you to know this. If you refuse to begin this new year on the right foot, in an authentic, genuine way, if you do not try to connect with others in your life in a positive, meaningful, loving, honest way, if you don't look at life with purpose, with if you do not embrace your life or live your life in the present moment, not on autopilot, but being proactive, or being active, and being an active participant. The only transformation, self-transformation that you will have this year is one of becoming a beggar or a pauper. Okay, that is for some of y'all. The only transformation that you will have for the year 2025 is one of becoming someone who has lost something of value to them. And this could be a physical, emotional, or spiritual loss. Whatever it may be, it will leave you hurting, wounded, unstable, and not at peace, not happy. All right, that was just for some of y'all. In advice number 2, you have the Tower, the Two of Pentacles in reverse, and the Justice card. For some of y'all, your loved ones on the other side want you to know that you cannot keep juggling between trying to prevent some areas of your life from falling apart and keeping karma or consequences from showing up at your doorstep. Eventually, everything that you're juggling will fall. You cannot avoid, you can't avoid one or the other for too long. So it's up to you to decide what is best for you and your overall happiness. Either you allow yourself to be honest and take accountability and let things fall where they may, or you decide to keep going on with being dishonest and not taking accountability, but yet have the universe and its cosmic justice rain down on you. So you choose to bring about justice, or the universe will bring it about for you. And the universe's way may not be as merciful as it would if you did it, if you chose to do it yourself. And for advice number 3, you have the Queen of Pentacles, the Magician in reverse, and the Two of Swords. So for some of y'all, your loved ones on the other side want you to know that your partner cannot make this decision for you. So if you were hoping that somehow your partner will come to find out the truth on their own, or somehow come up with a solution, it's not up to your partner. It's up to you. All right. That is for some of y'all. And in your weekly outlook, so this is the first week, second, third, fourth, and the first week of February. Now, these are specific, so they may relate to you or they may not. But I do want to say it's not set in stone. You have the power to change what you will with the information that I give you. And for the first week of January, you have the Queen of Pentacles and the Three of Cups in reverse. So it looks like your counterpart or your partner or your loved one in this situation, in January, they are not going to be very supportive of you. You may face some animosity. You may face some misunderstanding. You may face some conflict. All right. So, and again, it's not set in stone. You have the power to change it. The second week of January, you have the Ten of Swords and the Nine of Swords. It looks like you may open up to someone about how you're feeling, truly. Remember, this was in your heart. So you may open up to someone and have a heart-to-heart conversation in the second week of January, and it will help you feel just a little bit better about how things are and how you're feeling. In the third week of January, you have the Lovers in reverse and the Moon also in reverse. So it looks like you may put some commitments or dedications or promises on the back burner. You're not going to work on them, and it's going to be against your better judgment. So you're going to know that you're not supposed to do this, but you do it anyway against better judgment. Okay, I'll say that. And for the fourth week of January, you have the Knight of Wands and the Page of Pentacles in reverse. It looks like you're going to have this renewed sense of energy, creativity, and passion on how to fix whatever areas of concern you may have regarding your relationships or your family. However, you're just not going to be able to set any type of concrete plan in motion. It just may not be feasible or possible during this fourth week. So it may cause you to want to give up or feel disappointed. But again, like I've always said, you have the power to change whatever will happen. In the first week of February, you have the Four of Cups and the Six of Wands. So you are going to be able to accept the fact that you can't have it all. You cannot be always right. You can't always end up on top. And you can't always be the hero in your story. That you may just have to take a loss. You may just have to come down from your high horse for some of y'all. You may have to let go of your ego and become a little more humble. And you've accepted that. And again, and your most likely outcome in the near future shows up in the first week of February. Now, in your word of encouragement from your loved ones on the other side, you have the Five of Swords, the Knight of Wands in reverse, and the Three of Pentacles also in reverse. Your loved ones on the other side want you to know this. Any victory that you may gain in January will never be a true victory if you gain that victory by yourself. If the only vision that you have for your future only includes the wants and needs of yourself. If you ignore the voices and the wants and needs of your loved ones, then you will have no true victory in January. Which is to say, if you find yourself having to lose, at least losing will result in you still having your loved ones by your side. If that brought you any clarity, subscribe or just keep on coming back. And to all my Aquariuses, take care.